Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world, coming out to the first viewer submission. These battles are submitted by WHPhoenix007. They also have a YouTube channel, so I'll link that in the description after this video. Appreciate if you go check them out and subscribe to them if you enjoy their content. So this team, Jellicent, Nidoqueen, Ninetales, and I looked at the team and I was like, I know this team. This is team number 1. So I put together 4 teams in my Halloween Cup video, so I'll link that above. And it was this team. So the thought process behind this team, I don't know if it was his thought process, but my thought process was I expected Nidoqueen to be everywhere. So I went with a Jellicent to do that. Jellicent's weak to darks, so you need to cover your dark weaknesses. So Ninetales was your dark weak cover. And then Nidoqueen could also cover the darks to a certain extent while also being sort of like a nice safe swap in this league. So that was my thought process behind the team. I don't know. So I tried this team out actually as well. The reason you didn't see it is because I ran into a Wormadam trash, and that absolutely walls this team because your Nidoqueen takes super effective from the confusions. Your Ninetales gets walled out because it's a half steel, so you're only throwing resisted moves. And then your Jellicent has an okay matchup, but it's still like not an amazing matchup. So that's why I changed the team up, but I still think this team has its strengths, and we're going to hopefully see that today. So let's get into these battles. So I need to press the play button. Here we go. Okay. Jellicent into Scrafty. So that's a tough lead. And Nidoqueen, Nidoqueen's going to act as a safe swap in this entire league. They switch it to Azu, which is not what you want to switch into when you're against a Nidoqueen, because these Poison Jabs and Poison Fangs are just going to absolutely shred it. And they come with a Venusaur. And I guess that's the best option you have, but it's still not a great option because these Poison Jabs, Poison Fang, and this is why Nidoqueen is still a beast. And oh my god, they tried to farm down and they just got, okay, this game's over. So that was an easy win. Well, I spit these up really fast, so sorry, I'm going to talk a little faster than normal today. But yeah, Nidoqueen is still, I know Drapion is everywhere because it is super spammy while also having the Crunch, which covers your ghosts. So that's a nice sort of like also coverage move, and that's why Drapion's are everywhere because it's super spammy. But Nidoqueen is still a beast in this league as a safe swap. Greninja, so we're just getting out of there into Nidoqueen. The Poison Jab, Poison Fangs are just like so. I mean, you will be taking super effective from the water moves, so you got to shield this up. But just the Poison Jabs and Poison Fangs go so quick and are able to almost take this out. They burn 2 shields, so you're gonna just grab them back. And they come in with Golbat. So lower their defense. This is going to be Poison Fang, so it's going to hurt. And that's why I also changed this team up, is just because I tried running a Ninetales, but there's too many poisons. There's way too many poisons in this meta when there's only 5 and poisons are everywhere. Like running this in itself is not amazing. Anyways, they tried to catch, didn't work. Poison, goodbye. Next battles, we have Jellicent into another terrible lead. Holy smokes. So Nidoqueen is a nice response because everything's resisted here. You're going to get the Poison Fang off. And they're not leaving, which is interesting because this is not a good matchup for them. They almost got farmed down too. Okay, so you grabbed shields and switch? Okay, that's nice. Nidoqueen comes in, you're able to get to the Earth Power because the Poison Jabs are resisted on the other end. And CMP, so that's so great. What do you come in here? Jellicent? Yeah, Jellicent. And they come with Umbreon, and this is why you have your Dark counter user, right? Because if you have Jellicent, you need to cover it with something that can take away Dark. So you got the Dazzling Gleam here. I think you do need to run it with Powder Snow just because you need that like one of the main reasons you're using it is because of like Golbats and Azus to a certain extent. So yeah, I think you just need that energy generation. So I think Powder Snow is the right move to use. Jellicent Mirror Match. These ones are always so tricky. Okay, perfect. I like that play. You sneak it. Oh, I mean, I like that play, sneaking in the extra hex until they run Bubble Beam on the lead. And that's why some people, if Jellicent is coming in as a safe swap, you know it's an Ice Beam because there's no way they come in just Bubble Beam. No, like 90% of the time. Don't want to say all the time, but on the lead, Bubble Beam is a little more optional. Oh, and it's another Charmer. And this is, again, you're not seeing a ton of Charmers in this league because of how many poisons there are. And I think that just makes sense. So shield it up, Earth Power. This game should be over. Oh, no, there's still the Nidoqueen. Okay. Totally blanked on the Nidoqueen there. It's going way too fast for me to keep up. That's my fault. I sped up the video, but I guess it was already a little sped up. So, Greedly, well, I was way too fast. That was definitely just a Poison Fang. So let it go. Perfect. And they come with a Mandibuzz. Ice Beam, and then get out of there into your Ninetales. Yep. Burn to shield, which is nice. Lots of lag. Holy smokes. And that's the problem with, like, when you go... What is that? I think you're... Wow, this is a spinning ball of death right here video. Sped up and a spinning ball of death. Anyways, that's the problem with, like, Mandibuzz. It's just that it's, like, so tanky that even in good matchups, you still need to throw, like, multiple moves to take it out. Mywell in the back, and this is okay only because, well, they don't have a ton they think throw at you, but they can ramp up. Like, that's one of the things. Like, a lot of them will just ramp up because the Fire Fang does a ton. Yeah, I think you shield, and then you... Yeah, once they Earth Power, you probably get to the Earth Power. So in the next battle here, we have Jellicent against Wireless. Another terrible lead. You do have the Ice Beam, so it's not... Yeah, it's not a great lead per se, but you do have the Ice Beam, so you can still grab a shield. Nidoqueen, I don't know if... Okay, so I was about to say, I don't think that was... I know it's a safe swap, but Poison doesn't do great. And does Poison do great against it? I was so confident, but I'm not sure anymore. So let's just stop that thought. Toxicroaks are now starting to be everywhere because they cover the mud bombs cover your poison, and then your sludge bomb covers your fairy, and then the counters cover your steals. So it's a nice Pokemon to use. I've run it against it a few times, and it's a little tricky to go against, especially if you have like a fairy and you don't know if they're going to bait or not with a mud bomb. So, but takes it down despite the not amazing lead. Next matchup, we have Mawel against, and then Aaron comes Azu, and here we go. We have the Poison Fang, Poison Jab combo here. You're probably going to have to shield farm. Yeah, and they threw a play rough instead of Ice Beam. You definitely got to throw the Ice Beam. I wasn't counting, so you maybe could have farmed there. Can we get to the Earth Power? Ooh, CMP. It's just going to be Power Punch. Poison Fang. I like this bait. They're probably going to have to respect it. Yeah, they have to respect it. So I like that bait because one would take them out, so they have to respect it. Jellicent is your best answer. And that's a little bit of a problem with this team. When you run into a steal, the good news is your Nidoqueen can hit for super effective with the Earth Powers, but otherwise you are you're in a rough situation. And Shadow T-Tar just shredding this Ninetales. Gonna shield and go with Jellicent. Hopefully, yeah, I was about to say that's a close farm to him, but able to take the win. Jellicent against another Jellicent. So again, tough. This time they catch on the Mandibuzz, so that's okay. You still does some chip damage. They can't really throw anything at you that's gonna hurt a lot. Air Release is not, like I said, not a great move. So it's gonna take a few of those. Farm down, perfect. If Jellicent comes back in, you gotta go. Oh, it is a Nidoqueen. I know the Nidoqueen's thought process is you got a super good matchup against a Poison, Poison versus Fairy, but not when they're loaded, and you're gonna hold. Getting ahead on energy. Ooh, and they do go for the Earth Power. I like the thought process. And they don't shield. Why would you not? Unless you just think your game's done. I like the thought process, like getting ahead on energy with your Jellicent for that, so that way you have a good matchup against their Jellicent. But yeah, 2 shield flex not necessarily, I guess. And they catch on a Sableye, which is okay. Getting a ton of lag. Wow, that spinning ball of death has been in this game a lot right now. Toxicroak comes in again. Toxicroak is tough. The only good news is Toxicroak is really, really glassy. So, like, And they got to throw here. I know are they trying to counter down here? Because that's not a great idea. You can come Nidoqueen, you can come Jellicent, like either or. You probably, you can survive one, but you can't survive two. Come back in with the Drifblim, and that is easy. Not 2-shell flex, good for you. So like you said, this team does work, despite a couple like flaws that it does have. So this is CMP. Call the Bubble Beam. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would say over 50% on the lead will have Bubble Beam. Could be a Shadow Ball this time. Yeah, gotta respect it just in case. Farm down. Okay. Mandibuzz. Hopefully they don't think you're running it. Okay, that's not bad. You are lowered. It's a Wigglytuff. Lots of, man, you're playing a lot against a lot of Wigglytuffs. I haven't seen like any Wigglytuffs. I think I saw like a couple, not any, but I've seen like a few. Farm down and they catch you with the Mandibuzz, which okay, now you just, I don't think you need to do the first one. Man, this weak connection, spinning ball of death. I honestly, unless I have like perfect internet connection, I don't play GBL. It's not worth it because you just get the spinning ball of death and network connections. Like for me, if you don't have the perfect Wi-Fi setup, it's tough to argue to play it. But anyways, we are moving on up, Obstacle lead. And this is not that Jellicent is a problem because we're still seeing how it does well, but it's weak against Dark and it's weak against Ghosts. So you have a double whammy there. The main reason you're using it is to shield against poison because it's resist poison, but there's a lot of poisons that are double, like Drapion and Amok, that also have dark type moves. So it makes Jellicent a little more tough to use. This is a good matchup. And they catch on obstacle. Man, your opponents are catching everything. I was gonna say you gotta get out. Why are we not getting? Okay, yeah. I would probably just got out of there again. Crush up, because that's still gonna hit for neutral because you're half ice. But yeah, maybe would. I don't think it's gonna matter in the ending, but maybe just get out of there a little earlier. Don't let them ramp up there. But yeah, you are put together, and you're at 2172, and you started at 2030. So the team works, right? We're up like 140 ELO. This is, again, a tricky matchup. I think you outpace and they don't shield. Why would you not shield? Yeah, get out of there. And they're like, no, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you don't shield up unless I thought you were going to Bubble Beam bait. But anyways, that's the team. As you saw, the team does work. The ELO is up like 150 already. Just by using this team, it looks like. So team works. Just know your weaknesses, right? You know that you're weak against Dark Ghost on the front. Dark as the hard punish because you can still hit super effective against other ghosts. Nidoqueen is your safe swap. Steals are tough for this because, like I said, Wormden Trash specifically because it has the confusion, but even like other steals, you still need to get to the Earth Power for Nidoqueen for that to be useful. And then Ninetales. Honestly, it did put in some work here, but for me personally, I don't think Ninetales is good in this meta, just because there's far too many poisons. There's far too many spammy poison users, Nidoqueen, Drapion, others that just like poison, and it doesn't there's not enough like flying to make the flying or dragon to make the like ice worth it, in my opinion. So that's kind of how I do my teams, right? I start with the team, I play it, I see what I'm seeing, and I make small tweaks here and there to get a new team. And the reason that I'm showing this, you might be wondering, like, you promised us your video on Wednesday. And the reason that I haven't shown it to you guys yet is because I am now at 2850. And for those keeping track at home, that is 300 plus ELO in 3 days. So one of two things is happening, or both. Number one is I just created the best Halloween Cup team ever, and it's going to get me to Legend, and I'm amazing, right? Option number two was I was at 2,800-ish for a week, and then I dropped 400-ish ELO to 2,450 because I told you, like, I was playing at like 3 a.m. with the baby on me. I shouldn't be playing, but I like to do all my sets, so I was playing. So I dropped a ton. So I made all that back up. So I got the 400 ELO back up. But I don't know if it's because the team is amazing or it's because like I should have been in the 2800 range anyways. And now that I was at the 2400 range, I'm playing people who probably don't have as much skill as I do, right? Because I shouldn't be down in the 2400s at this late in the season. Not that saying I'm amazing, but the last 2 seasons, last season I hit right around now, Legend, in the first week of the Great League, second half of the season. And 2 seasons ago, I hit before the second half of the season started, right? So before the Great League cycle even turned around, I hit Legend. So I'm behind where I usually am. So the fact that I dropped to 2400 probably means I'm playing people who are below my level. So again, I'm going to keep using this team because I have grinded a lot. I hope that I can continue to grind with the team. And if I do, I will show you what I'm expecting to be a Legend run with this team. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.